Hello and welcome to another gauge demo from fipgauges.com. So today I'm going to show you my VOR 2 gauge, and let's start off by going straight into the buttons. So the first button, S1, activates the autopilot to heading. So basically once you set your OBS, you can then find where the signal is. So I'm currently tuned into 117.9 VOR, that's just south of Gatwick, and as I spin the OBS I can actually find out where I need to be heading. So this actually tells me that I need to be heading right there. Now I can now click on the S1 button to activate the autopilot, and now that will keep my heading in that direction, so that now it's locked to my OBS. So if I change my heading on the OBS, my plane now turns to match the heading. So whatever my OBS heading is, you can see that my actual aircraft heading is starting to turn to match it. So my current OBS heading is 186, and my actual aircraft heading is coming around to about 200, and it should level out at 186. So basically what I'm saying is to match my heading to the OBS that I've selected, and you can continue to tune the OBS so that you're pointing in the right direction. That then in itself will tell the autopilot where to go. So you're literally fine-tuning the direction you need to be heading with the VOR needle. And with the autopilot to heading activated, your aircraft will head straight towards that VOR. Now you can turn that off, and you can adjust your heading manually. So I can turn this, and it's now not moving my aircraft heading at all. I'm staying on a steady 184-ish, but I can continue to move my OBS. But if I now want to activate, my aircraft will start to turn to match the OBS heading. And then all you need to do is basically tune the OBS to the signal, and the airplane will head straight towards the VOR. Okay, so the DME is obviously the distant measuring equipment. That tells you how far away the DME is. It's about 13.5 miles away. Okay, the S2, S3, S4 and S5 buttons are not used on this gauge, but the S6 will turn on the ident, so you can actually listen to the radio signal. Now I've turned the sounds off, so let me turn those back on. So you can hear the ident playing now in the background. Okay, and we can turn that off now. Okay, so that's basically the S buttons. We're only really using S1 and S6. You're free to program the S2 to S5 buttons to do whatever you like. Now the left dial, we've pretty much already covered that. That just spins the OBS left and right, so you can find out where the actual heading is, and once it's centered, you know you're heading in the right direction. Okay, so the right dial is our mini menu. Now the blue LED is nearest to the right dial, so that tells you where the menu control is. So we'll spin the right dial to activate the menu. Okay, the first menu option is version and info, and we spin the left dial to turn that on, and you can spin it left to turn it off. So turn the right dial one more. Next menu option is side buttons. Turn the left dial, and that will activate the side buttons. Now you can relabel the side buttons and labels within SPAD.neXt. There is a separate tutorial for that, so please check that out. I'm going to turn those off for now and go to the next option. Click right. Now if you decide that you want to turn the buttons on and relabel S1 and reprogram S1 as well, then that function isn't going to work anymore. So it's included within the menu, so you can still toggle the AP to heading on and off within the menu, so you don't have to worry about overwriting the code on the S buttons should you want to. And the same with listen to nav 2 as well. You've got the listen on and off within the menu, so if you want to relabel that button You can do so and reprogram it to do what you like, and you can still activate the listen mode. The next option is the glass reflections. Now, like all my other gauges, you can turn the glass reflections on and off using the left dial, and turning it off in this gauge turns it off in all other gauges as well that has the glass reflections. Personally, I prefer it on. Okay, so that pretty much covers everything. You've got the green LED here, which will indicate that you've got a signal. So if I was to switch over to frequency that it can't find, then that light goes out. And if I switch back to another frequency that it can, the light comes back on. It just indicates that it's picked up the beacon. And obviously you've got the nav direction here as well. It tells you whether the beacon is in front or behind you as well, which is also quite useful. Okay, so that concludes the VOR gauge. I hope you found that useful. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and come back and check out more videos. Thank you.